How much does a follow through affect your swing and where the slitter goes, scoring goals, scoring points, hurl passing? Well, a lot. So let's go figure out how we fix that. Okay, so when you're trying to strike your slitter high and over the bar, you want your follow through to come up over your shoulder and over your head. So you need that strike, the boss, to finish up here. So short grip on the run, on your left, should be finishing up here. On your right, finishing up here. So even with a short grip on the run, or if you're standing and striking, or striking it like a free or a puck out, you want it going high, your follow through must, boom, finish up here. Again, it's like a drive in golf. So watch, if you look at it from behind, if I'm striking a slitter over the bar, I want it going up like that, okay? So I'm striking off my right-hand side, I'm aiming for up the left-hand post when I'm going over the bar, and then vice versa, if I'm striking off my left-hand side, I'm striking up the right-hand post to make it curl in. The way the slitter will go, it'll drop into the middle this way or that way, okay? For a hurl pass, and if you want it fizzing through the air at this height, you need your follow through to kind of basically come across your body. So if you're wondering why you're not hitting a slitter over the bar or it's dying or whatever, it's more than likely down to your follow through. If your follow through is finishing across your body like this, the slitter will go and drop, okay? It'll go and drop, right? If your follow through is finishing like across or below your shoulder. So to get it over the bar or to get it out of the fence or to get it out beyond midfield or whatever you're doing, your follow through, short grip, full grip, whatever it is, has to finish up. And if it's coming across for a hurl pass, that's fine. That's what you want, that it's going kind of about head height and then dropping into somebody's hand here or here, okay? So like this, for example, let's try this now. We'll ding the crossbar. I'll aim for the crossbar, but look at the difference in my follow through. Went over the bar, but it's a much lower trajectory, kind of in a straight line. So we go again. I go on my left side this time. Ah! Not a great strike, that one. But you see what I mean. If my follow through goes up, the slitter goes up with it. And if my follow through doesn't go up, the slitter will die. Ooh. So it drops, okay? So if you're in goal or taking frees or anything, you have to make sure that this is the way your follow through is going, that it's coming up the way, okay? That it's not coming across your body or being wrenched or like a draw, like across your body. Because look, for example, I'm taking a free. If I draw, you don't want it going over there like that. You want your follow through, if you're right-sided, coming up the left-hand post, and then if you're striking off your left-hand side, up the right-hand post to get the height in it and the direction, okay? Then, finishing for goal. You want the strike, ideally, down, because you want it. Goalies are too good these days, right? Goalies are way, way, way better than they used to be. It doesn't matter what age. To beat a good goal, you need to get it down into the ground, bouncing off the ground. It doesn't have to go in top corner. It just has to cross the line. They all count the same. So a good finish as you're running should be, boom, down into the ground like that, with your hurl coming across your body. Left side or right side, short and grip ideally. Now, I know you can bat and you can flick and all that kind of stuff. Brilliant. People in around you, tight spaces. There's not much room to get a full swing. But when you can, you've broken a tackle, you're in on goal. Must be down, okay? You don't want it coming up. You don't want it going across. You want it coming down the way to bounce past the goalie like that, okay? Now, I know I'm miles away from the goal, but you get the idea. Very hard for a goalie to save a shot like that at full speed. They're up tall, trying to get down here. That's where that swing comes in. Follow through going down the way. So I'll show you a few where I'm aiming down the way, bing, bing, trying to hit bags, trying to hit targets in the corners, down low. But one more time, this over the bar or a high strike, kind of across the body, shoulder height, below the shoulder slightly, for a hurl pass maybe, or one of them. So like our crossbar challenge, let's say. I'll try this one more time. I wasn't far off the last one. oh! So you see what I mean? That stays in a straight line. Hopefully you saw that. And then here come the goals. Okay, so behind me here, I have me deadly runners in the corner there set up as one target, and then the school bag, because I'm out here giving a lesson, in the other corner. Watch the way the follow through should be going. Now, ideally, I should be full speed, strike should be coming down across, and look at that, right? Down across my body and bouncing like that. Very, very hard to save. Now, I was only barely walking there, like, so at full speed, wrist going full speed, strike going full speed, that should be near impossible to stop for any goalie, especially in the summer on hard ground. Or again, if the ground is greasy and it's rainy or whatever. So look, if I go the other way then, off my left, and I'm going to the runners, and again, look how big that hop is off that ground, okay? And changing the follow through. So this is one, I think I talked to Brendan Rodgers about this earlier, right? Usually when you're running in on goal, you're running this way. Your momentum is bringing you across the goal this direction. People will go across the goalie, right? Low and across, or high and across, which is what the goalkeeper is expecting. If you can, change your wrist up a bit and kind of stab it with an open face on the boss to get it to go straight in there, right? And then vice versa. So if I'm running at the goal, I've won possession, whatever the hell, somebody passes it out to me and I'm being dragged across the goal like this, and momentum will kind of make me strike it across the goal. See, can you stab it nearly, right? Like one of these. So if I'm running across the goal, but then down in there, look. See how accurate that was? Goalies should find that very hard to stop. And again, that's another string to add to your bow. You know, another weapon to your arsenal. Same here, like watch, on my left side, if I'm being brought across the goal like this, but that I can just go in a straight line with it nearly, down low. Paul Flynn got a goal like that years ago for Waterford against Limerick, I think it was, in the Munster Championship. It was just unbelievable. Full speed, like this is the thing, is like try do these things at full speed, obviously, way quicker than what I'm doing them. But the thing is, right, whatever side you're aiming for, that your follow through is coming down the way, right? That it's not coming across and up your body and making it easy for the goalkeeper, okay? You don't want your follow through up here, right? You want to outsmart the defenders, outsmart the goalkeeper. It's all a chess match, right? Except with a hurling, a sliotar, okay? And then when you get closer to the goal and the space is tightened up and someone's up your back, someone's coming to the side, the goalie's coming out, that's when your bats or your one-handed flicks come in, that you can dummy up high, drop it down, and give it one of them into the goal, okay? Try and outsmart. It's all these different follow-throughs. It's the little tiny little percentages like that, the little tiny differences. So over the bar, you know, hurl pass, okay? And then goal, right? Goal, goal, goal. Just has to cross the line. Doesn't have to go in top corner into the stanchion. It doesn't count for extra, all right? Even if it only goes over for a second. So look at, hopefully this helps. Follow through is really important. So your hurl pass, your kind of low trajectory that you're fizzing it, is like kind of shoulder height and across, like that way, and then over the bar is up the way, a high clearance, up the way, and then your goal, right? Down like that, right? So goal, hurl pass, and then over the bar. I'll do a separate video on the hurl pass because it is a different strike, because you want to make the sliotar go. That's the backspin video. But I'll do another one explaining a bit more detail. Hopefully that helps. And again, remember, like, subscribe, follow me, YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, whatever you prefer. It's all there, all right? Practice makes permanent. So let's get out and hurl.